Hello everyone. I know it has been quite a while since I've updated you guys here on YouTube. The last check-in I had was week 9 and it is now week 13. So it's been a little over a month since I've last checked in with you guys. It is also my 3-month surgiversary this week, 2 days ago. Tonight is Thursday and my surgiversary, 3-month surgiversary was on Tuesday. But I did really want to come at you guys with a video this week because I've been really slacking. I'm sorry for the train. I've been really slacking these last 4 weeks. It's been kind of busy in my life. I had my birthday and then stuff at work and, you know, life just gets busy sometimes. So I am coming at you with my week 13, but let's rewind a little bit and week 9, I had to look this up. Week 9, I had weighed in at 301.8 pounds, and I was so close to being back in the 200s. And then week 10, I weighed in at 295. I'd lost 6.8 pounds during week 10, which I was really, really excited about. Very, very happy. And then on week 11, I weighed in at 288.4. So that was another big, huge loss of 6.6 pounds that week. So very, very happy about that. And then week 12, I gained 2 pounds. I was really kind of depressed about that. But just a couple days prior to my weigh-in on week 12, which was last week, I saw something on my personal Facebook that kind of hurt my feelings, and I'm not going to go into the details, and it wasn't necessarily anything that was directed at me or anything like that, but I saw something that kind of made me a little sad and hurt my feelings a little bit. So I did a little bit of emotional eating the couple days prior to my weigh-in. And I think that might have contributed to my 2-pound gain. So, you know, I just slid right back into old habits, and it was kind of sucky and terrible. And, you know, whatever. Just kind of have to pick yourself up. And I also stopped walking every day. I did do my 30 days every day for 30 days, of which I'm really proud of myself. And then I was like, oh, I get to have a break, and that was a bad idea. So the last few weeks have kind of been slacking a little bit. So here we are in week 13, and I weighed in earlier this week at 389.2. So I was down 2 pounds, how much did I weigh in at? 388.2 pounds, because I'd lost 2.2 pounds. And I was happy with that, but, you know, when I'd already seen, you know, the scale at 388.4 a few weeks earlier, I was like, here I am. I feel like I'm in a stall right now. I feel like, you know, I don't step on the scale very often anymore, not as like obsessively as I was in the beginning, because when you're not losing a pound or 2 a day, it's kind of depressing. But I did notice a little bit of a trend of basically going up and down 4 or 5 pounds for the last couple of weeks. So I feel like I'm in a stall again. And I don't know if it's because I slacked a little bit on my walking. I do walk, but I don't walk every day, or I haven't been walking every day, so I'm going to be changing that. I'm going to be walking as much as I can, more and more if I can, because I really do think that had a big thing to do with why I was able to lose over 12 pounds in like 2 weeks previously in July. So I'm going to try and do that, and I'm going to try and get my eating back on track. It hasn't been particularly bad. except for those couple of days there. I didn't binge or anything, but because it's impossible to binge. But I was snacking and I was getting in more calories than I should have. So I'm gonna try and do a little better there. And I wasn't getting in my protein either, so I think that's another thing. I'm just checking my notes to see if there was anything else I wanted to talk about. Oh yes, I did go shopping a little bit for just a few pieces of clothing, and the big thing I went out for was bras, because my chest has deflated quite a bit. It was kind of, they were looking really not good in my current bras that I'd owned prior to surgery. They looked deflated. So I went out to go shopping. I hadn't gone out shopping at all. I hadn't tried on any new sizes. I honestly didn't know really where I was. I had an idea of where it was size-wise, just because, you know, I've been this weight before. I've kind of seen this shape before. So I kind of had an idea, but I wasn't too sure. So I wanted to go and double check. And I was shocked to find out I was fitting into size 18-20 shirts. Previously, I guess before surgery, I was pushing the 28 to 30 size in terms of my shirts. I was really pushing it, kind of busting out of it. And I was also busting out of my size 28 jeans, really pushing it there. And I was able to, I was able to get into a size 24 pants. So I was really happy about that. I bought a pair of those because I didn't have any of those pants. And I bought a few things. And I bought 2 new bras, which I was really happy to find out that I hadn't gone down in cup size, just in the band size around my chest. So I was really happy about that. So size 18, 20, size 18, 20 and 1X tops, and size 24 jeans. Very happy about that. I'm not going to tell you my bra size though, so no worries. No worries about that. Another thing I wanted to talk about was I have noticed with losing the weight, I've noticed, I wouldn't say my body shape has changed a whole lot. I've always been very hourglass in terms of my figure, but I've noticed that it seems like the area around my lower stomach, my hip area, that whole area there is, and my butt, seems to be like it feels like the last place I'm losing weight, which I know is not true, obviously, since I've gone down 2 sizes in pants at this point. But it's different than it was before. It is kind of, for lack of a better term, it's sagging. I feel like my stomach, obviously I had a very large stomach, very large hips when I was up there. I've always had large hips. I have an hourglass figure. So, but I just feel like it's kind of, I don't know. It sits differently. My fat and my skin, it sits differently, which is obviously to be expected, because when you lose a ton of weight, especially in a short period of time, things start to sag. Things start to sit differently on your body. But it's just weird. It's just weird to see that. I have noticed my arms have become very saggy. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but I would say my arms have always been, since I was young, since I was like 12 years old, maybe even earlier, it has always been the part of my body I've been most insecure about. Especially in my teenage years. I always wore a jacket or a sweater anything to cover my arms. They've always been disproportionately large compared to the rest of my body, just massive. And in my teenage years, my arms grew. You know, obviously, I was probably between 180 and 200 in high school, and which wasn't too bad, but my arms were always large. And with that weight gain and with that the stretching of the skin, I have terrible skin, by the way. I blame genetics. I got stretch marks everywhere, everywhere, but particularly on my arms. I got them all the way down my arms. I mean, I even had them here. And when, obviously, a lot of you probably had stretch marks, if not most of us. And when they first come in, they're bright red, super bright red. And that was really tough. It was really, really hard to deal with that when I was in high school. And just trying to hide my body and hide those bright red marks, because sometimes people would get a glimpse of them and be like, oh, do you have a disease or something? No, just stretch marks. You know, as a 14 or 15-year-old, that's devastating to have to deal with. So I've always been really, really insecure about my arms. And obviously, if I manage to lose a ton more weight, which I plan on, and I hope so, someday I would hope to get surgery on my arms. And I'm sure there's other things I would want done too, but you can kind of tell in this shirt, I'm not really, you can't really see it too much, but already, like, I can start to see the definition in my arm. I can't take the shirt up, it's too tight, but you can kind of see already, like, that's kind of where my arm ends. So all of this right here, look at that, right there, all of that is just like extra at this point. So I like seeing that, and I also, it's kind of like, God, look at my arms, they're like big flappy wings, which pretty much all of us go through. And I do like seeing that my arms are getting stronger and my body's changing for the better, less weight, stuff like that. But those were just kind of some things I wanted to mention this week. I'll probably do a full body shot here soon. Actually, I do need to do one this week for my 3 months. So I do full body shots once a month, every four or 5 weeks. So I have to do that here this week. And I'll probably post those on my VSG Facebook. So if you follow me on there, which the link is below if you don't, you can see those pictures. Anyways, this is just kind of a check-in. I'm kind of rambly today. I hope you all are doing well, and I will hopefully see you guys next week. Bye!